Have you ever caught a woman looking at you a second too long, then wondered if it meant anything at all? Most men wait for a woman to say it out loud. They wait for a text, a compliment, an obvious move. But attraction rarely announces itself. It leaks out. In tiny, involuntary behaviors she isn't even aware she's showing you. The body reveals what the mouth won't say. Today, I'm walking you through 9 silent signs that reveal when a woman isn't just noticing you. She's replaying you in her head long after you've left the room. These aren't guesses. They're patterns rooted in how the human nervous system behaves around genuine attraction. And stay until the end, because sign number 9 is the one women find almost impossible to control. And once you know what to look for, you'll never miss it again. Let's get into it. Sign 1. She remembers details you never expected her to. Most people forget the small things. A passing comment about your favorite coffee order, a joke you made in passing, a story you mentioned once, weeks ago that felt completely forgettable. If a woman brings it back up later, unprompted, almost casually, pay attention. Memory is selective. The brain doesn't store details it doesn't consider important. When someone remembers the small throwaway things you said, it means her mind was doing something with your words long after the conversation ended. She wasn't just listening. She was filing you away. Sign 2. Her voice shifts the moment she's speaking to you. Listen closely the next time you're in a group setting. Does her tone change slightly when she turns to talk to you? Maybe it softens. Maybe it gets a little quicker, a little more animated. Maybe there's a subtle warmth in it that wasn't there a second ago with someone else. Voice is one of the hardest things to consciously control. People can manage their words, but the pitch, pace, and warmth of their voice often shift automatically around someone they're drawn to. If her voice sounds different only with you, that's not a coincidence. That's her nervous system responding in real time. Sign 3. She keeps finding reasons to extend the conversation. Watch how conversations naturally end. Most interactions have a clear closing point. A task finishes, a topic runs dry. Someone has somewhere to be. A woman who isn't interested will let that closing point happen. A woman who is interested will quietly resist it. She might ask one more question right when you're about to leave. She might bring up a new topic out of nowhere. She might walk a little slower toward the door. None of these moments are accidental. They're small, subconscious attempts to hold on to time with you a little longer. Sign 4. She puts her phone away when you're around. In a world where most people are one notification away from disappearing into their screen, this one is easy to miss and hard to fake. If a woman who normally checks her phone constantly suddenly stops reaching for it when she's with you, it's worth noticing. Attention is currency. When someone chooses to give you their full, undivided focus in a distraction-filled world, it's a quiet signal that being present with you matters more than whatever's waiting on the other side of that screen. Sign 5. She starts laughing before you finish the joke. This one is subtle but psychologically revealing. Genuine anticipatory laughter, laughing slightly before a punchline lands, usually isn't about the joke itself. It's about comfort and connection. It happens when someone is so relaxed and tuned in around you that their reactions start running ahead of the conversation. It's the opposite of forced, polite laughter. It's involuntary, and it usually means her guard is already down around you, whether she's fully aware of it or not. Sign 6. Her energy starts mirroring yours. Pay attention to the emotional temperature of a conversation. If you get more playful, and she gets more playful. If you get quieter and more thoughtful, and her tone follows. If your body language shifts, and hers subtly follows a beat later. This is called emotional mirroring, and it happens almost entirely below conscious awareness. People sync their energy with those they feel emotionally connected to. It's the nervous system's way of building rapport without either person saying a word about it. Sign 7. She becomes protective of you without being asked to. Watch what happens when someone else in the group makes a joke at your expense or questions something you said. Does she jump in to defend you, even lightly? Does she redirect the conversation to take the pressure off you? This kind of instinctive protectiveness doesn't happen for people we're indifferent to. It happens when someone has already, quietly, put you on their side. Her mind has categorized you as hers to look out for before she's ever said it out loud. Sign 8. She shares things she wouldn't normally tell people. Attraction often shows up as a desire to be known. If a woman starts opening up to you about something personal, a fear, a memory, an insecurity, earlier than she typically would with someone new, that's significant. Vulnerability isn't handed out randomly. People instinctively protect the parts of themselves that feel private. When she starts letting you in faster than usual, it usually means some part of her wants you to see the real version of her, not the polished, careful version she shows most people. Sign 9. She goes quiet and studies you when she thinks you're not looking. This is the hardest one to hide and the most revealing. Most attraction signals happen during interaction, while you're talking, while you're both engaged. This one happens in the in-between moments, the pauses, the seconds where she thinks your attention is elsewhere. If you've ever turned around and caught a woman quietly watching you, not smiling, not performing, just genuinely observing, and she quickly looked away or adjusted her expression, that's the moment worth paying attention to. Performed attraction happens when she knows you're watching. This kind happens when she doesn't think you are. And unguarded moments are always the most honest ones. Before we wrap up, one important note. No single sign proves anything on its own. She might remember a detail because she has a sharp memory. She might put her phone away because she's simply being polite. The truth isn't found in one behavior. It's found in the pattern. When you start noticing several of these signs showing up together, the remembered details, the shift in her voice, the lingering conversations, the mirrored energy, the quiet moments of being watched, you're no longer looking at coincidence. You're looking at someone whose mind keeps circling back to you, whether she's said it out loud yet or not. If this gave you a new way of reading the people around you, subscribe for more breakdowns on attraction, psychology, and the quiet signals we all send without realizing it. And before you go, tell me in the comments, which of these 9 signs have you noticed before, and did you catch it in the moment or only looking back? Sometimes the clearest answers were right in front of us the whole time. We just weren't looking closely enough.